Good. You see niggas tried to kill the queen?
I see that shit, bro. What the fuck is happening right now?
I have no clue. But niggas at Hollywood Unlocked tried to kill the queen today.
That's wild as hell.
Um, I mean, I was confused anyway
Yeah.
because if you read the article, hold on, because the shit caused a mini firestorm at work. Because of course, when you see shit like that, it's like, yo, definitely work time. Nigga said sources close to the royal kingdom notified us exclusively that Queen Elizabeth had died.
Mm.
That's what Hollywood Unlocked said. And the biggest thing that was confusing to me was the shit that has to happen when the queen dies. Like the queen don't die and like all of a sudden the nigga get a call. I mean, like a nigga call you and be like, oh shit, the queen dead. And that shit's still up there on their website too. That's the crazy thing. Like sources close to the royal kingdom notified us exclusively.
Mm-hmm.
Niggas taking it and running with it.
Yeah.
And it's like, do you know the shit that has to take place when the queen dies? Now, that's a no. Most niggas didn't even know that shit in history class.
Yeah.
Like, you wasn't in history class and the motherfucker was like, hey, the queen dead, nigga. This is what happens when she died. Like, when she died, it would literally be like the first time since like 1965 or some shit.
Right.
Where somebody in the royal family that like the queen or the king died.
Yeah.
But just because this is some dude pod, make sure you rate, like, subscribe, download, and all that shit. Let me tell y'all what will happen if the queen dies.
Yep.
It's called it's rumored to be called Operation London Bridge.
Okay.
All right. And this is like in order. And somehow they Politico got a hold of the documents and all that shit. So according to Politico, the Queen's passing would trigger a call cascade in which the Prime Minister, Cabinet Secretary, which is Britain's highest ranking civil servant,
mm-hmm.
and a number of the most senior ministers and officials will all be informed immediately.
Mm-hmm.
So let's look at Hollywood Unlocked.
Mm-hmm.
The Prime Minister and the Cabinet Secretary, which is the highest ranking civil servant, and the number of most senior ministers and officials will be informed immediately. I don't think none of them niggas know who Hollywood Unlocked is.
Okay.
Now, the Prime Minister will be informed by the Queen's private secretary, mm-hmm. who will also tell the Privy Council office, which coordinates government work on behalf of the monarch. Mm-hmm. Now, what happens is this. Nigga get a call. Yo, what's good? Hey, yo, Operation London, London Bridge is down. That's literally what would happen when the queen is gone. Mm-hmm. A nigga will get a call and say London Bridge is down.
Okay.
Then from there, the news has to announce this shit literally at the same time. So it can't be like how CNN will say some shit and then like 10 minutes later, MSNBC will say some shit and they all got like different sources. No, nigga.
What made Hollywood Unlocked report this story?
I have no fucking clue.
And them leaving the article up 2 hours later.
Nigga, it is up.
Shows that they standing on that shit. So do they know something we don't know?
Bruh.
Or they just trolling.
They ain't trolling. But it's like, what?
They have the article still up, which means
It's still up.
Like
I'm
they
looking at it.
on it. They standing on that
I
shit.
am looking at it. It says, socialites.
They
It is with
standing
our
on it.
deepest regret to inform you that
Yeah.
Britain's Queen Elizabeth has died. Sources close to the royal kingdom notified us exclusively that the Queen has passed away. She was scheduled to attend the wedding of British Vogue editor Edward Enninful, but was found dead.
Bruh. That's a wild ass story, fam. That's a wild claim.
That's. Do you understand? Like, again, so much shit gotta happen in order for people to be notified of Queen Elizabeth's death. This is shit that's never been taught in no schools, because this shit don't happen.
Mm-hmm.
This shit would literally be world history. Mike, world history.
Yeah.
Like the earth. And when she goes, niggas get a call saying London Bridge is down. And you don't get that call. It's not like that goes out to everybody.
Yeah.
And the media has to all say at the same time. Matter of fact, hold on. On the day referred in the documents as D-Day, the royal household will release an official notification letting the public know about the Queen's death. While a call script has been prepared for permanent secretaries, the most senior servant of the ministry, to inform the ministers.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, they got to read a script after they're like, we've just been informed of the death of Her Majesty the Queen. They say that shit on TV. Nigga, this ain't TMZ. This ain't Michael Jackson's death. She didn't die at Cedar Southside, hospital, nigga. This ain't regular shit. And them niggas still got this shit on their website.
They got that shit up, nigga.
And Marks is on the internet celebrating this shit. Oh, the Queen is gone. Like
they finna if something like this was to be announced, this shit does happen or whatever, but they go be looking at us like, told you so.
Bruh. She 95 years old. She may very well go today. The shit might happen.
They pretty much they said fuck y'all protocol, however y'all announce shit, nigga. We heard from the source and this shit happened and we posting it. That's what I'm looking. That's what I'm getting out of this. That's what I'm getting. They said fuck your protocol, goddammit. This is the story. It is out.
Mike, you know how scared I would be to publish on that bitch? I be scared as hell, fam. Like, nigga, y'all sure she dead?
Yeah.
Come on, fam. What a source said.
Somebody at
don't just say no regular nigga.
Somebody at Hollywood Unlocked knows the exact same shit that you just said just now.
Did Prince William call you? Fam, did Prince William call Prince Harry? You know, he don't fuck with them no more. Harry? Come on, bruh. You want me to hit enter for real? Fuck.
I would hope that they just trolling and nothing has happened to the Queen.
Bro, you can't trust. See,
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying.
I'm telling you, G.
That shit wild, bro.
I would be so fucking scared.
I feel you.
All I'm thinking about is like Interpol and James Bond rolling up on you like, yo, fuck you know. What you mean? What you mean? What you mean? Sources. Yeah. Who the fuck is your sources, fam?
Yeah.
Who the fuck? Like, nah, G. I would be so fucking scared.
They gotta know something, bro.
I would be so scared.
Or they trolling. But I would hope, in the sake of the Queen, that, you know what I'm saying, they just fucking around. Maybe they just.
I wouldn't.
Maybe it's a glitch on their website. Maybe they meant to take the shit down already. Something.
Maybe they hit the button early.
Something.
By accident, G.
Maybe just so happened nothing happened to the queen at all. Maybe she's alive and well and good and in good spirits. All of that shit. Let's just hope.
Ain't no way, fam. I would be so scared.
But I would be so scared. But they on some shit right now with that.
I think they got to be feeling themselves over the Kanye shit. That's the only thing I could think of. That's literally because all I was thinking about was literally, all right, well, Kanye shit tonight. I'd be kicking it with him.
Okay.
Maybe he know what. Maybe somebody called Ye and was like, "Yo, London Bridge." It's like, oh shit, that's our source is Kanye, which I saw on his stemplayer.com. They're gonna do the thing tonight. You gonna watch it?
Is it for free?
I don't know.
Can we stream? Okay, what is it? I'm still kind of out of the loop right now with the whole Donda 2. What's happening right now? Okay, so we want to segue right into that. We off the Queens, prayers up for the Queen.
Hey, Some Dude Pod 117. Make sure you rate, like, subscribe, download wherever you listen to your podcast. Give us a 5-star rating or a 4-star rating. It's the same shit because foes run under the 5. Make sure you go ahead and get that merch. Make sure you go ahead and get that merch. All that shit. We are. Make sure you follow us on Twitch, on YouTube at The What Digital. Some Dude Pod on Instagram and Twitter. JR Bang, Mike B _CHR, all that.
So Kanye is apparently is he supposed to be dropping Donda 2? Is he having a concert today? It's supposed to be like a movie. You could go to the movie theater. You could have bought tickets to the movie theaters to stream whatever it is that's getting streamed tonight. Is it going to be kind of like how Donda was, where he had the concert and he played?
Did you ask Jay Morg?
He sent me the link to the movie theater. Shit, I'm like, nigga, that shit sold out in 2 minutes.
Oh,
2 seconds, matter of fact.
Oh, that's fucked up.
They had it at 2 movie theaters, Yorktown AMC and downtown. You could have went to Yorktown AMC to watch whatever it is that's taking place tonight.
What suburb shit? What's good?
And then, you know what I'm saying, out there in the movie theater in the city. Oh, and yeah. I'm guessing that this is supposed to be like a concert, a streaming of like a listening session for the album. I don't know.
Bro, I don't know.
I don't know what's going on with Kanye nowadays, bro. I'm lost. I'm lost.
Look, I'm gonna be extremely honest in this.
I'm lost.
And I know what I'm about to say is gonna be hella controversial. And it's not meant to be hella controversial, but it's the honest to God truth. I've seen people call other people crazy because Kanye is taking his shit off of the streaming platforms, allegedly, reportedly, and he's putting it on his stream player, and you gotta buy the stream player is $200 and it's gonna automatically pop up, all that shit. And you know what? For Kanye West, that shit's dope.
Mm-hmm.
But how dope is it for the consumer is the question. Like, you just can't. Well, I ain't gonna say that because the motherfucker, I guess, they made $2.2 million. So shouts out to him. But I'm not buying no stream player.
You said it perfectly, nigga. Right on the motherfucking. You said it, nigga.
I'm not buying no stream player.
When that shit hit LimeWire, y'all niggas burn that shit on the CD for me.
I'm not. And not only that, and just because I don't buy it doesn't mean I don't support Kanye.
Facts.
I'm just not spending $200 on some shit that look like an Amazon Dot just because, I could take the drums out and I could change the vocals. I'm not trying to be DJ Kid Capri.
I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. And I'm gonna just keep it short and sweet. I'm not paying $200 for an album that I'm gonna eventually have in the first place. It's gonna fall in my lap. Okay?
Yeah,
we're gonna have it. I'm not gonna pay $200 for an album that's gonna eventually be on the streaming services, on the internet, one way or another. We're gonna be able to listen to this album in its entirety with the full sound, everything that Kanye wants us to hear from the album. We're gonna end up hearing.
Like, where my dot at?
You know what I'm saying? I'm not paying 200. I'm not paying the 5. Kanye,
Like,
I love you,
I'm
Kanye.
not trying to.
I love
I'm
you.
not
And I love
trying
Donda.
to.
And I love Donda. But I'm not paying.
I'm not trying to.
What you got
Guess
there,
who's
man?
going to? That's my Amazon dot.
Okay.
That's what the stem player remind me of. Not guess who's going to? Guess who's going to? Guess who's going to? Guess who's going to jail tonight? Guess who's going to? Guess who's going to jail tonight? Guess who's going? I don't care. I want to hear the song. I don't want to remix it. You want to remix it? Remix it. Sell it. Look, I'll buy the disc. If you come out with the CD, or I'll buy the digital copy. And if that's available and that's the only way we can hear it, you know what? All right, cool. I'll buy it.
Take it back to the old days.
But I'm not trying to get no stem player. Guess who's going to jail tonight?
You ain't trying to get your
I'm not trying to wiki on the stem player.
But shout out to all the DJs and, you know what I'm saying, aspiring artists who would, you know what I'm saying, they would love that. They would enjoy that.
Look, take your ownership of your music, your masters, all of that. I'm with it.
I just want to consume the music.
I just want to consume the music. If I gotta pay $9.99, $13.99, $6.99, all of those things, willing to do it. I'm not willing to pay $200 though to guess who's going to guess who's going to jail tonight. Let me take the drums off this time, fam.
Why would I want to do that anyway?
Why would I want to wiki?
Do that?
I don't want to wiki.
I mean, it's cool that he would allow people to, you know what I'm saying, you know, mix and master and, you know, do they scratches and shit over his productions. I wouldn't even want you to touch my craft
and
like
again,
that. Like,
I spent the majority of my career around independent artists. I want everybody to succeed, and I want everybody to own and get more money. I do. But it's a way of going about, and don't preach talking about some, man, y'all don't even know what Kanye so far ahead of y'all, this stem player, and then start to describe it like you work at Milton Bradley or some shit, and this is the newest board game. Actually, when you, especially in this case, anybody who's caping for this, cape only for the fact that Kanye West is owning his own. Don't cape with, you got the capabilities of taking the drums out, or you can mess with the vocals, and you can make the song sound like you want it. You know what I want the song to sound like? How it was recorded.
How it was mixed and mastered. That's how I want to hear it.
Again, I don't need no guess who's going to jail tonight. No, I don't want to have fun playing with my music like it's a Tiger Electronic. I don't want.
I would rather. Like you said, but I would rather not have that much access to your craft, Kanye.
Yeah, like
I'm good.
This is not no Game Boy shit here. I don't want to Game Boy the music.
I'm good.
I'm good. But the other thing about it is, a lot of y'all that paid $200 and thought the shit was coming out at midnight tonight. You thought you was gonna be able to wiki with your shit tonight, and you didn't. Oh, you know what I did?
Bang, I'm gonna just give you a straight hot take right now. Donda 2 will be on Tidal, Apple Music, Spotify, all of that, nigga.
I don't think it's gonna be on everything. I think it's gonna be on Tidal. Okay. Because when the press release came out, when press release, they talked about how he turned down the $100 million deal from Apple. In that joint on Instagram, he said every streaming platform but Tidal. Okay. So I think it's gonna be So I think by tonight or tomorrow, we're gonna be able to listen to it there. I just don't like all the theatrics.
Bang, I'm gonna give you another hot take. The album ain't done.
Oh no, album ain't done. We know that.
I give it another 2 weeks.
My man Kanye dropped, like, the album was still doing shit on there.
I give it another week or two.
No, I give it a month.
That too. That wouldn't shock me at all.
Because it took a full month of Donda 1 to come out.
Yeah. After he said he was gonna drop it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I don't know, but that's my conversation here is not about Ye. It's about the people caping for Ye and using the technology of this thing to try to sell me on why.
Yeah.
You don't even have a STEM player. You're going to try to line wire this shit just as well as we are.
Soon as a motherfucker get this shit, bro, they gonna try to rip it to their MacBooks, and then they gonna be putting the link out on Facebook, Twitter within an hour.
And somebody might say, well, what about an iPhone or an iPad? I didn't buy my iPad. Well, I didn't buy my iPhone to listen to music. Yeah. It's a capability, though. I didn't even buy the iPod I had. I didn't even buy that. I won it. And that shit held 22,000 songs. I was geeked.
Soon as niggas get that STEM player, bro, it's gonna be a million different versions of Donda 2 on that Piff, on SoundCloud, on God. YouTube. Nigga, this shit is gonna be retarded, bro.
All because you can. Hey, this is Donda with no Donda 2 with no drums.
Look here, man.
This is Donda 2 with no hi-hats.
We literally just gonna have a Donda with all just straight Kanye vocals on it.
Right. This is the chopped and screwed Donda, courtesy of STEM player.
Look here, man. Look here. I'm good on all of that shit.
Guess who's going to jail?
Sitting here actually talking about it right now, Kanye. Do you really want to do
that?
Does this even sound like a good idea anymore, Kanye? Now that we really sitting there talking about it.
Guess who's going to jail tonight?
I'm good.
Guess who's going to jail tonight? Guess who's I'm gonna get you tonight. I'm good.
When it's available on Tidal or available to be purchased at a Best Buy, Target, or whatever,
I'm buying it.
I'm there.
I don't need the theatrics, but you said you don't think the shit coming out tonight. But
I don't even think it's dropping.
So we basically gonna look, and you can go to STEMplayer.com. Let me see if it started.
If I could go to STEMplayer.com tonight and stream whatever it is that we're going to be able to stream tonight, I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, now, you go to STEMplayer.com.
What I'm assuming is that he's going to perform, like, going to be a listening session of the album. Going to perform songs off the album. That's what I'm assuming this is going to be.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't got the full details. I don't think he's put the full details of actually what we're getting with this. All I know is that it's going to be a live streamed concert, listening session, or whatever.
Let me see. Going to Billboard. Kanye West says Donda 2 listening event will only stream on his.
So this is a listening event. This is a listening session.
This is Kanye West is keeping his Donda 2 rollout in-house, announcing today, Tuesday, that the Donda exclusively on his STEM Player website. The listening event is set to kick off in person at Miami's Lone Depot Park at 8 p.m. Tonight, Eastern, so 7 o'clock Central. So about time we done with this, y'all. We go.
That shit ain't starting on time.
It's probably not going to even start on time. Donda 2 will also only be available, which retails at $214.50. This is his quote. Not on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, or YouTube, he announced on Instagram last week. Today, artists just get 12% of the money the industry makes. It's time to free music from this oppressive system. It's time to take control and build our own. Go to STEM Player right now. No order.
We'll see. We shall see.
I mean,
we shall see.
Again, I get it.
I think we get in the listening session today, but I don't think the album drops right after, though.
And the thing is, I get it. On your shit. Like, it's what you should do, period, in order to obtain the most money you can.
Yeah.
I have no problem with independence. I have a problem with user interface and usability. I have a problem with access. And I have a problem with too much access.
And this is an example of giving the consumer too much access unnecessarily. This is so like, I don't want to fuck up I love your music, Kanye. Why would you want me, someone who's never scratched the record, done anything production wise with music. Why would you want me to fuck up your craft? I don't understand that. Gotta make that one make sense to me. Make that make sense to me. Make that make sense to me. I would be more intrigued if you told me, hey, Joe, you gotta buy my stem player and listen to the album for $200. I'll be more sold off that alone. You know what I'm saying? Don't sell me on the fact that I could fuck up your shit, possibly.
I mean, that's less my issue, even though it's funny.
If you tell me I gotta buy your album for $200, I respect it more for the fact that, you know what I'm saying, you trying to sell it to me because you're giving me access to actually fuck up your shit.
Like I said, my issue only is the people who start caping.
They caping for it. Right.
And then when they cape, they give you all of these bum ass reasons why you should support the nigga you caping for.
Yeah.
Bruh. Kanye West, independency, yes. But unless matter of fact, don't cape for it if you ain't got it. How about that?
They ain't even downloaded the shit yet. But
if you ain't got the stem player, don't cape to me about how great this is for the consumer if you ain't got it. I think that's that's needed now and forever, because we have so many people on these social networks that cape for shit that they don't even purchase. Don't make no sense to me. If you support it and if you that much behind a product, I think you would do what? Buy it. I love College Dropout. Anniversary just happened. If you watch the documentary, we're about to talk about that in a second. If you watch the Kanye documentary Genius on Netflix, you get inspired about just the first episode of him getting to the point of getting signed to Rockefeller, and Coodie, how he came about doing this in the first place. And I looked at Channel Zero is somewhat what we were doing after that with WindyCityUnderground.com. Spotlighting artists and all those things, and what people like Urban Grind TV has done for years. Cape that. If you ain't buy, that's like caping for an iPhone and having a Samsung. That's like caping for Nikes, like for Jordans, but you got Adidas on your feet. Make sure when y'all get on y'all soapbox, y'all got what y'all supporting. I'm gonna give y'all a perfect example, and there's nothing necessarily against the man and what he's done for his family. It's all about the product.
Yep.
LeVar Ball. Niggas was caping for LeVar Ball. Oh,
ain't nobody buy no Big Baller brand gym shoes.
Wait, not even that. LeVar Ball.
But that
Big Baller brand shoes, blah, blah, blah. It's gonna cost $700 for the low tops, $999 for the high tops, and that's $800 and $1,000. Support black businesses. Niggas got on social media. Oh man, LeVar Ball, y'all know what it is. He's doing it for the culture. Support that man like y'all support Nike. Yada 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 yada. I'm not paying $800 for no shoes. I bet you'd pay that if it was some Jordans. Yeah, y'all see, y'all don't support black people like y'all say y'all support black people. Here this man is. He's independent. He's yada, yada, yada. Yada, yada, yada. Now, like Mike said, a lot of those people who said that shit didn't buy the shoes. But some of those people who did say that and bought the shoes was like, yo, why the bottom just fall apart? I think I just wore this shit once. I ain't even hoping it.
I never seen any of those shoes on the streets or on.
I've never seen a pair of Big Baller brand on the streets.
I haven't seen anybody like.
Why is the bottom discolored?
Never seen anybody who purchased them.
I want my money back. Wait a minute. No returns? So I just spent $1,000 for these shoes? Or, damn, I bought these shoes for $1,000. It's been a whole year and I ain't got my shoes yet. Keep that same energy. Now, don't get mad. Don't get mad now and be like, yo, LeVar Ball took my money with these bum ass shoes. No, keep that same energy. You know what? It didn't work out this time. Like he's still working on a product. And I'm gonna continue to support LeVar Ball.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna continue to do that because I support this black man.
Yeah.
Yada 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 yada. Nope, that don't happen. You support this man, you pay for this man, and then when you don't get what you want, then all of a sudden you get mad. Mark's gonna get this stem player, and then the button gonna stop working, and it's gonna be guess who's going to jail tonight.
Oh my god!
You ain't gonna be able to fix it. Guess who's going to jail tonight? Guess who? I don't want to listen to the song like this. What's going on? I don't want to listen to it like this. I don't want to listen to it. And then next thing you know, you're mad. Get the fuck out of here. But going to the Genius joint. Did you watch the first episode of the documentary? And if so, how you like it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I caught it the other day. Yeah, man. Shout out to Cootie. Shout out to Kanye West. Shout out to everybody that was involved in creating this documentary, which showcases Kanye in his most like vulnerable moments at times, and times where he was mostly in his element as an artist, as a person. Just like it was so like amazing to watch for me personally, because it brought me back to like my senior year, junior year in high school, back when Kanye's name was buzzing in the streets, and like knowing like this kid from Chicago was the guy that was producing these records for artists like Jay-Z, Scarface, Talib, and what I'm saying, Mos Def, all of these guys, man. And it's just crazy though, like to watch that, man, and like to see like this the journey to his first album dropping. It's which at that time, like the College Dropout, and we didn't even get to the part that the album drops yet.
And that's tomorrow.
And that comes out tomorrow. And we haven't even gotten to the car accident yet. We haven't gotten.
That's tomorrow.
We haven't gotten to any of that yet.
That's the Wednesday. This Wednesday coming up episode.
But I just want to say, like, I love and some of this footage that we've seen in this documentary, we've seen bits and pieces of it, like in interviews.
This was definitely the Through the Wire video on steroids.
Through the Wire, and all of that stuff like that. Like we've seen these clips and these pieces of everything like that, but to get it all and just to know that this was actually planned from the beginning, that this man, Cootie, sacrificed his career to follow along on the journey of one of the biggest artists in the world. And we get to see it from the beginning, bro. It's truly amazing to watch. And I'm excited, to check out part 2, to check out part 3. And bro, it was dope, bro. It was dope. I was shocked watching the whole thing, and I was just like got goosebumps and everything like that. It was dope, bro. It was dope, fam, to see Kanye like that and see like, man, like he was really passionate about being a rapper. Like, and knowing and listening to, and it's also listening to College Dropout and going to the last song on the album, The Last Call, when he tells the story, he pretty much tells us that story of him and his journey of trying to convince labels that he was a rapper. It's like he was more than just a producer, and he was a rapper. That all of this is pretty much the end of that song where he
the video content we get is definitely Through the Wire. Excuse me, Through the Wire on steroids. It's definitely that. Yes. And then it's Last Call.
The Last Call puts all of that into perspective.
All of that in perspective.
And that's pretty much watching it. That's all I'm visualizing at the time, is me listening to that record over and over again. And anytime I listen to The Last Call, I always listen to Kanye tell that story of how he ended up getting signed. And that's pretty much what this is. So that's pretty much my thoughts on it. I thought it was dope. Bang. What about you?
Oh man, the Chicago in me
Yeah, of course.
already says this is the best music documentary of all time.
Okay.
The Chicago up in me.
Of course.
Like, matter of fact, what would you just thinking about it real quick off the top of the dome? What not best, but what would be your favorite music documentary?
I don't consider. Well, I do. Fade to Black and Fade to Black and Backstage. I consider they came out as actual movies,
but them documentaries, those are documentaries.
Those would be my favorite.
Mike, you could see documentaries at a movie theater.
All right, that's cool. Okay, so then, cool. I just want to make sure we were clear. Like these are because people be like, "Fade to Black's a movie." Well,
it's a documentary. You can watch them at the movie.
It would be those two.
Documentaries just don't come on A&E, man.
All right, just making sure. Backstage and Fade to Black off the top, those would be like my favorites.
Okay,
those would be my favorites off the top. I would have to really dig more deeper. But those two off the back would be my favorites. Fade to Black. I love Fade to Black. Love Backstage.
The Bee Gees documentary that's on HBO is and the Rick James one that was just released are currently two of my favorites right now.
Okay.
That Kanye joint, one episode of it beat all of those combined. Because the other part of it is that whether you were involved in music or not, you remember seeing those things. I remember funny shit that was, to me, made me laugh for the rest of the shit was the Big Jam joint. The Big Jam, not the Big Jam, excuse me, the music conference, the WGCI music conference, the music summit.
Yeah.
Made me laugh because I remember vividly when that commercial came out, they named all of the people that was going to be there. And then in some dramatic ass voice, they said, Rockefeller's own Kanye, the man who produced H to the Izzo by Jay-Z. H to the Izzo, H to the... I remember that commercial vividly because I remember when I heard it and I said to myself, yo, why they saying his name like that?
Yeah.
They basically just said my man's name like it was a sex symbol or some shit. Like he had a texturizer with a part.
And I think when they did that, I think they probably thought they was doing him a favor. But Ye was like,
right,
no.
That's I'm glad that you said that.
Go ahead.
Because that's what I thought in my mind.
Right.
I think I think they putting him on.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I don't know who the PD was at the time. But and I wasn't even deep in radio like I am now. But my first thought when I heard that commercial is, I think they doing him a favor.
They thought they was like doing him a solid.
Putting him on. Like, his name Kanye West.
Yeah.
His name is not Kanye. Like, that shit like it was a cologne. Kanye.
Yeah.
So when he said that in the joint, I was like, oh shit. He felt like I felt. And it was his name.
Yeah.
Like he in the hotel room, like, Kanye, all these names. My name is Kanye West.
My man said,
I'm like,
say my full name, goddammit.
Say my full name. I was like,
that's
man, I thought I was going crazy, and maybe I was doing too much because I was listening to that commercial. Was like, yo, they playing my man. I literally thought GCI was playing him.
Yeah.
For the way that they were saying his name.
Yeah.
20 years later, he confirms his thought about it.
Yeah.
But I also remember when Doug Infinite went on Tifa's show on the B-side and they played the diss song. I think I was getting drunk that night.
Okay.
I think we were out and getting fucked up. I don't know who I was with. I think I was with my homie Ray.
Okay.
I think so. And I remember saying, yo, damn, how they just gonna diss my man? He just got back. I didn't realize, I didn't put two and two together that all of like the seminar and all of that shit, because I wasn't deep in music. I was doing music. I was rapping and producing at the time, but I wasn't in deep in what will eventually, like I wasn't in deep in all that shit. I didn't put two and two together because it's years later that damn all that shit was connected. And then seeing Doug Infinite like try to plead his case in the car, they rolled up on him.
Yeah.
And all of that stuff. I don't think Doug saw them cameras and thought that years later this shit was gonna come out. How
if the world didn't know you was a hater then, nigga, they know you a hater now.
Like years later, whether y'all cool or not, years later.
At that moment, nigga.
At that moment,
you was a hater.
Shit.
That was one of my favorite. That was one of my favorite moments of the part one, and also I think
shit,
you could really see like we didn't like the relationship he had with his mom, the conversations he was having with his mom. I think my favorite part of the first part was when his mom was rapping with him, rapping his lyrics with him, fam. Like she was his biggest supporter, dog, before he even got on, fam. That was so unique to see, man. And
that did it for me.
That did it for me too, man. And me and my wife, we was watching it together, and she said the same thing.
Yeah, like, that did it for me. And let me wait a minute before you go. Let me revert back to the Doug Infinite shit real quick.
Yeah,
because this is the crib, and I don't want nobody to think that like niggas is dissing because niggas like no. Hold on. That people grow and all of that stuff. So I don't want nobody because this is the crib, and I want to make sure this is like all the context is on point. What I'm saying is that when things happen in the moment, right? When things happen in the moment, it's that, and people don't think, even with the grand ideas that you might have in your head, right? You never think you're gonna get as big and as powerful and things like this is that's being filmed on camera is gonna be seen.
Yeah.
Like you might think that you will become one of the biggest stars in the world, but you don't think you're about to be one of the biggest stars in the world with the whole documenting everything that pops up that you've ever done in your life and it's filmed and all of those stuff. So in the moment when Doug is writing that song and he think he's doing it, where he in his mind he's doing it in a specific way and he's trying to tell a story, and he feels like he's slighted because of a magazine joint and all of that stuff. It's cool in his mind at the time.
Right.
But then 20 years later, you got to look at this shit and it's like, ugh. That's what I'm saying. Because I don't, because here's the other part of it, and maybe it's the Gemini in me, but I do think back at some shit that I did 20, 30 years ago. Like, funny story. I almost burned down my parents' house. And I was like 4.
Yeah.
Because I cut on the stove and put a sweater of mine over the stove to see if it would get caught on fire. And it did. And my mom came in right in time and put the fire out so nothing happened.
Yeah.
But she proceeded to beat my ass.
Oh, yeah.
Fam, I am 39 years old. Guess what I still think about? That moment.
Yeah.
Shit. Now 36 years later, I'm like, 36 years later, I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? What was my mom at? That's me when I'm younger.
Yeah.
You better damn believe that as I got older, there's probably some shit that I think back and like, damn, I shouldn't have did some shit like that. Or damn, I really did some wild shit. But I'm not gonna see it on camera.
Right.
Nigga, got the whole shit. And now he get to see Kanye reaction. Oh man, they dissing you on GCI, Kanye. What you mean? Doug on that now. Now Doug gets to see Kanye's full reaction to the shit. And in his mind, probably he had everything set. Not saying this the case. He probably had everything set. Man, I wrote this song and I'm gonna get my thoughts off and all these things and all that stuff. And I know Kanye gonna be this, that, and the third. Well, now you get to see it. I wonder how he felt looking at Kanye react to the song that was played in his hometown after you just got through chopping it up with him.
Had to be awkward.
I want to know in 2022 how he felt at that moment when he saw Kanye's reaction, something that he probably verbalized when they did meet up. But in the moment of him hearing that, I want to like, damn, yeah, I shouldn't have did that shit.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure those were the thoughts. No, it had to be awkward for him watching it. If he hasn't watched it already. If he watched it.
Oh, I know you watched that shit. Oh, you damn well better believe it. Like, fuck. It's like you watching the video. It's like you watching the video of a girl that you don't like. But it's video of you saying, man, gee, I'm about to go over this chick crib. I'm about to stain and shit. She gonna probably cook me something to eat. And then shit, I'm gonna get my ass out of here. Cause I don't really fuck with her like that. Cat good. She gets some good head, but I don't really fuck with her like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's like her seeing you on tape saying that shit. Motherfucker, like you seen The Simpsons? When Nelson heartbreak?
Yep.
That's that right there. Damn, I thought this nigga liked me.
Damn.
And that's happened to me too before. Not on tape, but she saw Facebook status, but that's for another show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that shit was wild. She called me a nigga too. It was a white chick. Yeah, fuck it. Me and my ex me and my girlfriend at the time had broke up. I wasn't really trying to go out, but it was like, fuck it. And this chick hit me, and I was like, shit. I went on Facebook and was like, yo, I'm about to go out on this date. I really don't feel like going, but shit. I wish I was going with somebody else. Somebody was like, yo, I hope the girl didn't see it. It was like, man, we not Facebook friends anyway. I'm just basically about to go get me a free meal. We went, got a free meal, and she knocked me down in her car in the parking lot. So I got a free meal and I got knocked down. And came home and my phone alerted 4 times, Mike. She looked for me on Facebook. She found me on Facebook. She saw the status. And she was white. She called me a nigga. She called me a nigga. The fucked up thing though.
Oh my God.
The fucked up thing though that was going on at the same time is that my mom's had a bad seizure. And it was the first time that my mom had a seizure after she had a stroke. So we didn't know how to react to that shit. But yeah, my mom had a seizure and I'm looking at my brother is telling me, oh yeah, man, they took mom to the hospital. She had a bad seizure. I was getting a free meal from a chick and getting knocked down in the parking lot while my mom was having a seizure. And then at the same time, in the text message, getting called a nigga. Man, you can't tell me I didn't feel like I felt bad. I felt bad than the motherfucker, Mike.
My God.
Like, damn. Except the nigga part. Like, damn, she ain't had to call me no nigga.
She had to call you no nigga, fam.
She had to call me no nigga, but yeah, I felt bad. Cause I had to think about it like, yo, damn, I didn't think she was gonna find me on Facebook.
But you said this was your ex, right?
No, this was a random ass chick that after my ex broke
Oh,
up
after
with
your
me.
ex broke up with you.
But then my ex,
now why wouldn't you think that she wasn't gonna try to add you on Facebook after y'all go on a date?
Man, I didn't think the chick was gonna try to find me on. I ain't give a fuck about social media at the time.
She top you down, nigga. She probably liked you. So
yeah,
she probably like,
she had too.
Hey, she liked you enough to be like, well, this might go somewhere. Let me add him on Facebook.
Add him on Facebook. And
yo, you crazy as hell.
But see,
bro.
I didn't know at the time, like, you could see somebody's shit if you was a friend of theirs or not.
Well, bang, it don't even matter. You probably did her a favor. You did yourself a favor because
at
the end of the day, she's a racist.
Women, because me and my ex got back together that night.
Oh my God.
We got back together that night. What? Yeah.
You got top down from another girl that you got back with your ex in the same night. Yeah, you live a wild ass life, bro.
I know.
We're gonna talk about this.
I know. I know. And then we went to Cracker Barrel the next day.
Oh, they just getting all the free meals,
and
bro.
Then I told Jay Hollins I was gonna tell this story too. Not that particular part of it, but I told Jay Hollins I was gonna tell this particular story too, since we digress a little bit before we transition.
This nigga crazy, fam.
So he had put up a status. He was just talking. I gotta find the status, but Jay Hollins was talking about how, like, you can't. You got to watch out for people who like break up to make up and shit, and like the exes and shit come and find you and they fuck you up. So this is the same ex, Mike, and I definitely was treading on thin ice here.
Oh, excuse me.
Cause she had broke up with this is the same week, Mike. It's the same week. So yeah, I live a crazy life. Same week. So we go out to eating that thing. She let me use her car. So she let me use her car and shit. And I come back and it's a nigga at the door of the apartment. Something's telling me this is an ex-boyfriend. The West Side sense in me is like, this is her man. It's like, all right, cool. So I walk up to the door. He sees me in her car. He gives a look like, what the fuck? So I go up to the door and he say, yo, you know who car that is? It's like, yeah, such and such. Now, mind you, he called my phone before and gave a fake name. So I knew his voice. I said, shit. This her ex. Oh, I ain't got time for this shit tonight. My mom in the hospital and shit. I don't feel like fighting. I swear I don't feel like fighting. So he like, yo, you know, I'm her ex-boyfriend. I said, oh, word? Damn. Who are you to her? I'm like, oh, we just friends. Well, what you doing in the car? She let me use her car. I'm having car issues.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I've been trying to ring the doorbell. She must not be here. I was like, oh, shit. Now, because he know I got the keys to the house if I got a car. So I'm like, fuck. Oh, you about to go in? Yeah, I'm about to go in. Oh, shit, you don't mind if I come up there? I say, shit, the door open now. What do you want me to do?
Oh, my God.
He's like, all right, I'm going to go up there with you. I said, okay. He going to tell me to go up the stairs in front of him. I said, nah. You go first.
You ain't finna snuff me, nigga.
You ain't been to stuff me up in this hallway, Jack. And we was on the first floor. So he go up first. I go up. I open up the door with the keys. And she like, hey,
what we got here?
Hey. I was like, hey. Like, man, you just probably just want to stay there. She was like, yeah, just stay there. Just stay there. Nigga, I went up in the house. I put my shoes down. I went in the refrigerator. Got something to drink. Just all like right there. Man, I felt bad because you see my man heart break right then and there. man, so this is what y'all doing? I said, I'm like, damn.
Heart
It's
left his body.
It's like, man, I hope he don't be on no bullshit because I don't feel like fighting today. And yeah, man, it was he left calmly.
Of course, bro. His soul already
But
lifted to the air,
it
bro.
definitely could have went left.
Could have went left, but
And again, you see this shit on video, bruh. If like you was looking back, I'd be like, man, ain't no way in hell my man will feel a type of way, fam. Like, I'm sitting up there on the couch.
It wasn't you probably looking at it as like, man, ain't no way that nigga wasn't supposed to snuff me, fam, at that time.
Yeah,
bro.
you damn right. Bruh, I'm like, to keep it a buck, I text my cousin. And man, just let you know where I'm at, just in case.
Yeah.
All right, cool, bet. Bruh, it wasn't no way in hell I wasn't supposed to get my ass whooped that night. Over love. Love. And to tie that shit in with the Kanye and Doug Infinite shit, like, when that's like they obviously loved each other, no homo. These are friends.
Of course.
Kanye feels some type of way about that shit. They talk about it. 22 years later, you don't think you're about to hear that shit. Yeah. You don't think you're about to hear that shit.
Yeah.
It's so much shit that comes up in your mind. You like, yo, that's some wild ass shit.
Yeah.
And I might have to find that Facebook status too, because I still keep that Facebook status.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to pull that up.
I gotta pull that shit for the archives.
I need that.
That shit was wild. Hold on. I'm gonna find this shit.
That's some wild ass shit, bro.
Hey, it was probably, now luckily I liked the girl. So this was definitely not gonna be no shit where I was like, you know, on some bullshit, some shit like that. But yeah, that day, and then like mentally I was in another place too.
Yeah.
But again, like you think about certain things, and it's like, yo, in certain seasons, certain things happen in a way that years later you look back and you like, fuck.
For sure.
And I think that's how Doug Infinite felt. I think he was like, shit. Look at that shit and be like, damn. I really tweaked. I really tweaked. Yeah. So, but yeah, other than that, I do want to see like how the accident and all of those things. You know, another thing that I want to see if they touch on, you know, the urban legend is that when he didn't break his jaw in the car accident. The urban legend is that he got punched at a club, I think at the biology bar. And that's how he broke his jaw. So I wonder.
I never heard that urban legend before.
Yeah, look it up.
Okay.
I wonder if they're gonna touch on that. Like, you know, like here's a flashback now. There was a rumor that yada 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 yada. I wonder if they're gonna touch on that.
Let me ask you this: is this only documented footage from obviously the beginning of when it started to up until like when the College Dropout album came out, or do we how long has this footage been? Obviously, we saw the beginning. We saw the beginning of the doc that it was like we got some 2020 footage.
He's been filming him forever.
Right, but I want to know: is this just gonna be
based around? There's like 3 or 4 parts.
Right. I know it's 3 parts, but I mean that's a lot of. I mean, I would hope that like the first part was an hour and a half. I would hope that we might get maybe 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Oh no, you gonna get. I think you getting 2 or 3 more episodes.
I know they said it's a 3-part, but what I'm saying is that are we in the midst of this 3 parts? Is it just documenting? Is it just documenting up until College Dropout?
No, let's go past that.
Oh, are we gonna? I want to see some. What I want to see.
What you want to see?
I want to see Watch the Throne footage.
Ooh,
that's really what I want to see. If they get that far, or if we get to up in that, that's what I want to see. I want to see Watch the Throne footage, like recording process. I want to see like the tour. I would love to get that shit. I would hope. We'll see though. I hope we don't. I mean, obviously, I know we're gonna get more so of like, you know what I'm saying, more album processes. I was pretty much, we might see late registration type shit. We might see like graduation, you know, maybe 808s.
Okay, no, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I want to know, like, obviously it's only 3 parts, and I know they got hours and hours of footage that we probably not even gonna see. So I want to see exactly what they're gonna feel within this 3 parts. So hopefully, I would definitely want to see Watch the Throne footage if we can get that. I hope so. We'll see.
I do want to see that. I want to see late registration.
I want to see late registration too, because up until My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, late registration was my favorite Kanye album.
Mine too, and it's still my favorite. It's still my favorite personally. My favorite Kanye album, but I want to see it for pressure reasons.
Okay.
And here's what I mean by pressure reasons. We watched Kanye grind to get signed to Rockefeller. You see him sign the contract. They show the chain and day shit again and all of that stuff. And all of that is dope. But what happens when the pressure is on you now? To succeed, to put out a follow-up. That's why I think a dope ass piece of content would be around people making their second albums, because the pressure is on. The pressure is deep. The pressure is tight.
Because at the end of the day, with the first album, you playing with house money.
Yep.
That's house money. That album, literally, like, he had that album already pretty much finished for years.
Bingo.
Before he put it out, and he knew he was gonna put it out.
Yep. So now
it's like, now at this point, you're Kanye. Yeah. You didn't put out College Dropout. You didn't sold 3-4 times platinum, nigga. What can you do it again? Are you a fluke?
Bingo. Yep.
I definitely would love to see the College Dropout. The late registration recording process. I definitely want to see where his mindset is.
You hit the nail on the head. It's like now, with all of the pressure, it's what's next.
Yeah.
Can you deliver again? Can you do better, Dad? Mm-hmm. And you see the pressure he was putting on himself just off of you see the pressure that he putting on himself just off of, you know, trying to get signed and all of those things. Well, nah, I want to see the pressure that is now put on himself when he has to come up with late registration. And now the label was just, I mean, I don't want to say he was a pity signing, but they didn't really believe in you the way that you believed in yourself. Now what happens when, oh man, you a cash cow? People fuck with you heavy, you know, and you're gonna be producing all of these tracks for all of these people now. So now you gotta really double. And also, I want to know if that's his cousin who took the laptop. I don't know if that's been confirmed.
And that's further along in his career. That was just a few years ago.
Yeah, that wasn't confirmed on the internet yet.
I know.
Is that his cousin that took the laptop?
That's the kind of information. That's the kind of footage I would love to see the reaction at that time.
I want to see that, because that's like, yo.
But that's years. But that time span though, that's what I'm trying to say. Like
when he popped
how are they gonna fit all of this in 3 parts?
When he popped up out the car, I was like, yo, and they said that he said his cousin was his personal assistant. I was like, oh shit, is that the same cousin?
This shouldn't be 3 parts, nigga. This should be 10. This should be like The Last Dance, nigga.
I mean, hey.
But they've already confirmed it being only 3 parts, so we'll see. I don't know. I know we're not gonna get everything, so let's just hope that we.
And I think that's the other part. Like, people are gonna be left hanging. They're gonna feel like they left hanging because there's gonna be a lot of stuff left out too.
Yes,
so we'll see. All right, man. Let's move on to this Juwan Howard shit. And I just told that personal ass story and shit. That's fucked up. But yeah, that happened. I got called a nigga. Like, you nigger.
crazy.
I knew I shouldn't have did it, didn't you? Look at me. I do you a favor because my car was on a flat too. That was the crazy thing. So I was like, yo, you got to pick me up, nigga. Pick me up. What's the place that's in Merrill? I mean, not in Melrose Park. But Oakbrook, like Oakbrook Lombard, the Brick House.
Oh, what?
Yeah, Brick House is a joint that used to be called Brick House. And like Oakbrook, and the crazy thing is that the waitress in Brickyard was shooting her shot. And old girl got mad, man.
Yeah, you had a wild ass time.
That was a wild ass time, G. That was
this nigga.
Love over. Love overcame. You know what I'm saying? And then we broke up. But I mean, hey, Juwan Howard, man. Got into it with the the University of Wisconsin Badgers and their coach Greg Gard. He got mad because they called the timeout with 15 seconds left. One of the players lost their shoe. It was 15 seconds. They could have.
Yo, did this happen on Mike Finley Day? On Mike Finley night?
Yes, it did.
Oh man,
and fucked up Maywood shit.
Wow.
Fucked up May. See, Southside nigga messed up a Maywood night. What the fuck? But yeah, Michael Finley. On Michael Finley night, they won. Long story short, they go up into the layup line. Coach Greg Gard grabs. Juwan Howard pulls down his mask and say, "I'm gonna remember that shit." Greg Gard grabs him by the arm. A little, hand tussling, as I would call it, what happened. Then from there, the players and other coaches start trying to break shit up, calm down. Another assistant coach comes in. If you watch the video closely, he says something to the light-skinned boy on the team, and he kind of pushes him. I think Juwan Howard saw that, and he gave Buddy Ass an open hand slap.
Muffed his ass, bro. He muffed him.
Muffed his ass.
Yeah.
And Juwan Howard was suspended for the rest of the regular season, 5 games. Okay. The players involved, the black players involved, 2 from Michigan and 1 from Wisconsin, they got suspended for 1 game. Juwan Howard's suspension is without pay, and he was fined $40K, the biggest fine in Big Ten history, I believe they said it was. Greg Gard, the head coach of Wisconsin, only got fined $10,000. No suspension. Mike, I'll kick this off. Mm-hmm. That was bullshit. Now, did Juwan Howard deserve to be suspended? Yes, and the 5 games to me is good enough.
Absolutely deserved to be suspended. I'm happy that he only got 5 games.
I don't think he was gonna get suspended longer than that. It's his alma mater, and the dude put his hands on him first.
Yeah.
So I don't think that was gonna be the case. What I was worried is that he got into it with the Maryland coach last year. The Maryland coach, former Maryland coach now, Mark Turgeon, said that, Juwan Howard said that he was going to kill him. And when a dude from the South Side said they're going to kill you, you really got to take that seriously.
Mm-hmm. So this is a second incident for him as a head coach. So it does look bad, and that does make you worry.
Right. But
for that specific,
I didn't think he was going to get suspended more than that and not get fired.
Yeah. I think it was warranted though. He deserved the 5.
Don't take a 5-day game.
You can't muff a coach and think you go just
you even see. and I wanted to say this in the text group with Sean, my man Sean Davis. Shouts out to him in BC. Just because you have just cause to smack somebody, that don't mean they gonna be like, all right, we ain't gonna give you no game or nothing. Yeah. Now, like suspension. Now, the media. Certain people in the media was pissing me off with he should be fired. He should be ashamed of himself. The players, how you going to walk into a parent house? Hey, if the parent find out that the reason why that man got muffed is because he said some shit to a player and I muffed his ass for that, I think that parent is going to have more of a reason to send his ass to Michigan instead of another organization, because I know that this coach going to have my son back. literally, that's probably going to be something that's said. What I didn't like is how. What I didn't like is the coach got suspended, but got fined $10K, excuse me. But his own player who got into a fight because shit.
Yeah.
This don't happen if my coach didn't grab his arm.
Right. Yeah.
And then they punch at y'all. So I'm fighting for you in sense. And I get a game and you only get a $10K fine?
Crazy. Player took the hit.
The player took the hit for the coach. Now, no lie. If I'm Coach Greg Gard, I'm taking the game off because my player got suspended too.
Yep.
If he coaches that next game, if I was dude that got suspended, I transfer. I don't want to play for Buddy ass.
To Michigan.
How? Right, to Michigan. Like, fam, how I get suspended, you don't. You kick this shit off.
Yeah.
And you gonna coach?
Yeah.
You gonna, that's what I like, legit.
I didn't ever think about that. I didn't think about that.
Legit, that's the only thing I'm mad at. And that player's black. That's literally the only thing that I'm mad at. Because all my coach had to do is walk past this motherfucker and don't say shit.
Facts.
But white people got this thing of, hey, buddy. Hey, buddy.
You thought Juwan Howard went for the get out on you, fam? Like,
I don't know what it is with white people and, hey, buddy. Hey, pal.
Like, he literally, Juwan Howard looked like he was literally he was like walking past him. He didn't even,
that's it.
I'll catch you next time, bro. He literally stopped him, grabbed him. You can see Juwan Howard at that specific moment say, "Don't touch
me. Don't fucking touch me." I need a white person to explain, "Hey, pal. Hey, buddy. I want to talk to you."
Yeah.
A white person got to explain that because a black person, if it's two black coaches, it ain't that. They might talk shit in the line.
Yeah.
Get your whack ass out of here.
Yeah.
If you wasn't pressed, I wouldn't have to call no goddamn timeout. Some shit like that. And then they might argue with some shit.
Yeah.
Or you get a situation like when John Chaney, the late great John Chaney, who coached at Temple for years, where he wanted to beat John Calipari ass when he was at UMass. He said, "I'll fucking kill you." But no, Juwan Howard ass was walking. He was walking. And hey, buddy. Hey, pal.
It's a lot of unwritten rules being broken in college coaching right now, bro.
White people need to be addressed. We gotta have a conversation with white people and, hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, pal.
Yeah, man.
I don't get that. If a man wants to be left alone, leave him alone.
Especially if you knew you was on bullshit when you was coaching during the game. And
no. But see, here's the thing, Mike, with that. When I look back at the whole thing, I think Juwan Howard was on bullshit with the press.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we pressing with 15 seconds left and you ain't gonna win the game?
Yeah.
So the coaching shit, I think it's a wash.
Yeah.
When it comes to the bullshit, I think it's a clear wash.
Yeah.
But Juwan Howard, he gonna feel away.
Yeah.
And Greg Gard might feel away too. That's why I say that part is a wash.
Yeah.
But don't grab my arm on some, hey, pal, I just want to speak to you. That's what I say. I want to get a white person on the show one day. And we're gonna have a hey, pal, hey, buddy conversation.
Yeah.
Because Juwan Howard was this close to coaching at Chicago State.
Back to the ghetto.
It would have been. Now, mind you, it would have been dope. It would be dope to see Juwan Howard take a Southside school and, build them up.
My nigga at Chicago State ain't never going to the tourney, nigga, with Juwan Howard as a coach.
Hey, if Juwan Howard recruit that well at the crib, bring everybody there.
Chicago State, is they D1? They're D1?
Yeah, they're D1.
Oh, okay. I don't know about
that. Yeah. Hey, man, I mean, it's better. Hey, look, better than Tracy Dooley.
Yeah,
like somebody with a name and shit, some cachet.
I would think Juwan Howard could get a little something better than
Chicago
State.
Look,
but I get what you're saying. Though.
When you play NFL, I mean not NFL. When you play NCAA football, what you do? You get that small school and you turn them into a national power.
Okay.
Have a school be Louisiana Monroe.
Hey, look,
check
this out.
School. Next thing you know, they a 5-star school.
Hey, look at it. I say this, to say this. Shit, Juwan Howard could be well on his way after this underwhelming season he had with his players. So, hey, have another season like this. You might be on your way to Chicago State anyway, nigga. You know what I'm saying? We brought you in. How you go from the tourney to shit? Y'all finna be in the NIT.
Year. And look, matter of fact, CSU is in the WAC.
Right.
They're in the WAC conference. The Western Athletic Conference.
Yeah. So
they D1.
Okay.
And the WAC conference ain't no WAC conference. Okay. I mean, not no more. Are they still? Mm-hmm. Who in the WAC? Let me see who in the WAC, fam. Because I think it's like New Mexico State.
But yeah, Juwan, keep underachieving. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be at Chicago State without incident. You know, just
look, man, I believe in you. Abilene Christian, California Baptist, Dixie State.
This is D1. Canyon. This is Division I schools.
Yeah. Yes. So they still D1?
This can't be possible. I don't think Chicago State University is a Division I school.
It is. I'm looking at it right now. The WAC conference.
Oh, okay. Well,
they are 2-12 right now. New Mexico State is lead. Is New Mexico State, Seattle U, Sam Houston, Stephen F. Austin, Grand Canyon U, Abilene Christian, Utah Valley, Tarleton, Dixie State, California Baptist, Chicago State, University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley, and Lamar.
Hey, they don't never have Chicago State on like ESPN app when you looking like through Division I games. Why don't be putting no respect on them like that, bro?
There's no reason to.
I mean, they put other Chicago.
I mean, if Jalen Rose were to get fired and hired at Chicago State, we getting an alert.
All right,
and he could get some three. Some 3 and look at that conference. He could go get some 3-star recruits. Maybe. And go to the tournament. In the WAC conference, fam. Western Athletic Conference. And then next thing you know, they have Juwan Howard Court. Look, look.
Hey, man, we gonna wish for the best for Juwan. We gonna wish for the best. I hope he stays at Michigan.
Mike,
takes the team to the Final Four
again.
You know what I'm saying? And and win it. But
Mike,
you went to the Final Four, now you shit this shit, bro. Like
Mike, I'm not gonna lie to you. I want a coach. I want a coach to do like some of these older coaches do and take over a program that ain't that good and build it into a power.
Okay.
Like Gonzaga wasn't shit. Now look at Gonzaga.
Number 1 team in the country.
West Coast Conference. Number 1 team in the country. It took years to build, and they built that joint to a power. I want somebody to do that shit. How come we can't do that shit no more? And then in Chicago, if you are a coach that have the respect of the crib enough that people gonna say, don't touch Chicago State. Matter of fact, we're gonna make because it's Chicago State. Because look, if Juwan would go there and they have a decent season, enrollment going up.
Yeah.
So then where the money gonna go? To facilities and all of that shit. Come on, all that money that they trying to like build all in these impoverished areas and shit.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Somebody with some name. Come on, where Isaiah Thomas at? Chicago State is calling.
You got to recruit harder. You got to recruit hard to build up a program like Chicago State.
Look, if you get some people going, look, if Deion Sanders can get the number 1 recruit in the country to go to Jackson State, have you been to Jackson? I'm not saying Jackson is Huff because it's not. I got family there.
Yeah.
But that ain't the first place you thinking of going to Mississippi to play football.
Yeah.
If it could happen there, it could happen at Chicago State, fam. Chicago State's calling. Maybe Coach Moses could get his coaching resume up and he could take over Chicago State.
That could be possible.
Happen?
That could be possible.
Chicago State is calling. Not DePaul is up north and the white people don't care for you.
They ain't want somebody to take over that weak ass program and fail.
No. No.
Oh my God.
If you can because Chris Head gonna kick somebody's ass. We know that.
Chris Head violent, goddamn it.
He violent.
The Black Bobby Knight.
Right. Nah. I wonder if he changed his life around. Ain't he at Michelle Clark?
Well,
I think he at my middle school alma mater, I think. Or he was. Okay. But anyway, Chicago State is calling for y'all, man. One of y'all gotta do it, fam.
Yeah.
For the crib. Not the Paul leader. Them white people up north don't like you.
Shout out to my boy D Brown Maywood.
Hey.
He on the Paul staff.
I thought he was on USC.
Yeah, no, DePaul. USC. No, he on DePaul. DePaul. He's on DePaul staff.
Oh shit! I thought he was on USC.
He's on DePaul's coaching staff. Let me think. I think my boy D Brown is on DePaul's coaching staff, bro.
I put money on it. I think it's
USC. Nah, bro. Nah, man. Don't do my boy like that.
Yeah, USC, fam.
Oh no, he is on USC. Why I thought he was on DePaul's program.
Yeah, no, he's at USC.
Shout out to USC though. Shout out to hey, you can build them up too. Hey. At one point in time, USC was in the
yes, they was. They was with the Westerhouse boys.
Yeah.
With the Westerhouse boys. What was the nigga name?
USC was in the tourney, bro.
I see Kia down here. What was the dudes that went to the tourney with the little Mark that went to Westerhouse? He probably at work. I can't because he was the same year as my cousin. I know somebody get it. But anyway, Chicago State is calling, fam. Somebody gotta go. Build that shit up. Imagine if Chicago State was lit, G. Imagine that. Chicago State damn near HBCU anyway. Cause there ain't nothing niggas that go there. Imagine if Chicago State was a lit basketball college.
I went to Chicago State one time for a Rick Ross concert.
Martell Bailey and Cedric Banks. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ross. Now, what'd you say you went there for a Rick Ross concert?
It was a Rick Ross concert at Chicago State one time, bro. That's the only time I've ever been to Chicago State, and it was before. I think this was see exactly
before he was
Rick Ross? I think he was second album.
Oh wow,
second album. I think
was it Homecoming?
I don't know why I was at Chicago.
Either way, they could
Ross concert.
If Juwan Howard or Isaiah Thomas goes to Chicago State, enrollment is going to raise, and then they have the money to rebuild. Look, if I ever get into some money, like just get into like a big ass lump sum of money, like if I win the lottery, or if I just become like some podcast magnate. And or if I hit on FanDuel, or if I'm like the Black Joe Rogan of podcast, because they said this deal with Spotify is actually around 200 million. God damn! But mate, if I'm like Joe Rogan, I'm dropping $10 million to 3 people, to 3 schools, Chicago State, because they deserve it. We got to build up some of these sports so we can have the J.R. Bang athletic complex. I want that. Prosser, because that's the first high school I ever went to.
Okay.
That's the high school that I claim.
Okay.
Because Proviso East don't claim me.
Fuck that. But where'd you get your fucking... All right, don't worry about it. Go ahead, bro.
See, so you can't get my $10 million, Mike.
That's fucked up, fam.
Because you just said fuck me. You just said it.
I didn't say that, bro.
You did.
I said fuck it. I said fuck it.
No, you didn't. Fuck you. Yeah. So East ain't getting that money.
Oh, wow.
Last Township definitely ain't getting that money. Prosser will get $10 million so I can have I name one of the complexes. I'll name it after one of the homies. I name it the Smith Athletic Complex after my homie Jesse, because he damn near paralyzed me from the neck down during the Oklahoma drill where he hit me in the neck and I couldn't feel my legs. And I still practice after I game. Yeah, that's a long story too. Fuck Jesse for that shit too, because he still clowns me for that. And I get $10 million to Michelle Clark because that's my middle school.
All right.
Yeah. So I $30 million to the side to 3 schools. And I will be a booster for Chicago State. I'll pay the coach salary. Isaiah Thomas, Zeke, we need you over here, G. We need you to hold the city down.
Man, look. I wonder what they do. I need to see what Chicago State looking like nowadays. The venue.
I'm gonna get that bread. We're gonna be doing our podcast out of that too. We're gonna have our own complex. We're gonna have our own complex.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The Some Dude Media Complex, the Some Dude Media Center.
Meet us at Chicago State, y'all.
Meet us at Chicago State.
Niggas don't know how to get there, but just Google it though. Niggas don't go to Chicago State.
They will after I donate that money.
Right.
And maybe Coach Moses could be the athletic director. I'll put niggas on.
We putting Chicago State on the map right now.
And I will refurbish LaFolly Park and Austin Town Hall.
Okay.
That I'm telling you. I would be the West Side's Mr. Wesley. You remember Mr. Wesley on Row House?
Yes.
I would be the West Side Mr. Wesley. If I ever got a whole bunch of money, I would be the West Side Mr. Wesley. I would rebuild landmarks on my own dime.
Yeah.
Goddamn, whoever's the mayor be kicking it with me and shit. I have a big ass house in Oak Park on Narragansett. Like I will build the house on the outskirts of like Narragansett and Oak Park, just to say I'm that close to the city and shit too. Because as we had talked about on the pod when they said that party was on the west side, like that shit was on Oak Park. If you go down North Avenue and you make a left on Narragansett, you going into Oak Park, nigga. I have a nice like one of the Frank Lloyd Webber houses or Frank Lloyd Wright houses or whatever and shit. And then I'll just spend money like philanthropy on like landmarks. Austin Town Hall, LaFolly Park getting rebuilt.
Yeah.
Austin Town Hall getting refurbished. And then, like I said, Michelle Clark, Prosser, and Chicago State. I get the South Side some shit.
Okay.
Hold me down.
All right.
I'll be a booster. Like I said, hey, we ain't got and they ain't got no football team too. It's just all basketball, nigga. Y'all getting all the money. Come on, man. I'll put that on my vision board.
All right.
Put that on my vision board.
My God.
And Juwan Howard, you are more than welcome to come to my Chicago State. Because Chicago State is calling. I ain't never took a class in that bitch.
Lead us to the NIT tournament, dog.
Hey, you know what? Hey, you know what, though? If that happens, guess what's going to happen?
Yeah.
More people going to come. Because they're like, yo, if we could get to the NIT, G, we could get. I'm telling you, man. Wait till I get that money, fam. Wait till I get that money. I'm not messing with anything out, no park outside of LaFolly, though.
Okay.
We're going to have our own. Because I see Ross down there talking about some expand the Golden Dome. Nope.
No.
The Golden Dome going to be on LaFolly Park. That's where that motherfucker going to be at.
Yeah.
That's the west side for me. Goddammit. Laramie going to be Bang Street. They going to have Laramie and then, the brown shit with the special name for the city. That's going to be my shit. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That shit going to be from Chicago Avenue and Laramie on up. I'm telling you. We gonna make that shit happen. Some dude pod. All-Star Weekend. I'm gonna let you cook, Mike, with this dunking contest.
Before we even get to the dunk contest, we gonna shout out to NBA. They had All-Star Weekend this past weekend in Cleveland. Shout out to Joakim Noah. He said nothing exciting happens in Cleveland, but obviously it does. The All-Star Weekend 2022. You know what I'm saying? I think it was overall. It was dope. I didn't see the Rising Stars and the Celebrity Game on Friday. I didn't catch that, but I see they switched up the format a little bit with the 4 teams, which I think
I like
dope.
that.
I like that. I think that's dope. I gotta see the highlights and shit, but I like the format though. And obviously, we all look forward to Saturday, with the skills challenge, 3-point contest, dunk contest. And then, obviously we get to see who the celebrities and everybody that's there. You get to see like, good performances and all that shit like that on Saturday. Yeah, I liked what they did with the skills challenge. Always around this time, I check my Facebook memories, and every year during All-Star break, I always put on my Facebook status that they need to just remove the skills challenge. Remove it, because I've up until this year, I've hated the skills challenge. Never was a fan.
Up until this year, okay.
Up until this year, I've said they need to remove the skills challenge, and then this year they came up with a dope concept for the skills challenge, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. It was dope. It was dope the way they set it up with teams, 3-man teams, and I like the way how Giannis brought in his brothers to be a part of it. We had a rookie.
Brothers
team.
Huff though.
Brothers is Huff. Mad Huff. We had a rookie. We had the rookie team, and then we had a team like just straight one of the NBA franchises. Obviously, Cleveland represented, so we had a Cleveland team, which was dope. And then they added like a shooting competition, the passing competition, and then you had like a full obstacle course type competition. I like the way they incorporated all of that into one competition, and I think that was dope. So that was good to see. I would hope that they continue to continue that trend. I would also like for them to bring the WNBA women back to like the skills challenge or to all.
Yeah.
I used to do the 2-ball. The 2-ball was one of my favorite. One of my favorite events for Saturday. When you go, and I think that's kind of like what they did with the first part of the skills challenge with the shooting competition. When you go to one part of the court and you shoot, that was dope. That's the way they did that. But I think they should like incorporate the WNBA women into that as well. And then we had the 3-point competition. Fuck CJ McCollum, bro. He sold the bag. Like, dog, went on the interview and said, I would bet on me. And you went up there and you laid an egg, nigga. CJ was supposed to go off, man. But, anyway. But the 3-point contest was dope. Karl-Anthony Towns, bro. A big man. Tallest nigga in the 3-point contest, just went out there and shitted on everybody. Had the highest scoring final round ever.
And
how did you shooters allow this?
So at first I was like, how? Because didn't like Larry Bird, like
they added all the
I had to remember
ball, the Mountain Dew ball.
Yeah, I had to remember that shit. So Larry Bird still got the best performance at a 3-point contest to me.
In a final round. Yes.
Yeah, in a final round and shit.
And I think Craig Hodges too. Craig Hodges, did he hit like 22 in a row or some shit like that? I don't think nobody's ever done that still.
I think so.
I think Craig Hodges still hold the record for
the
most.
But Larry Bird
in a row.
But Larry Bird in the warm-up jacket.
Yeah.
Larry Bird in the warm-up jacket.
Still probably one of the craziest performances.
It's still crazy.
Contest. But shout out to Karl-Anthony Towns, man. He did his thing, man. He pretty much proved, and he said it, that he was the best shooting big man ever, which I don't know. I would get at the Dirk or Larry Bird, depending on where you position them. But as far as like him being an actual center and actually winning the 3-point contest, it was dope. It was dope. So that was good to see, man. I should have thought about putting the money on Karl-Anthony Towns. I mean, plus 1,200 on the odds. I mean, why not throw 5 on that, bro? That's,
Yeah.
And then we got the dunk contest. The dunk contest, bro. It was atrocious this year. It was bad. I don't know if it was the worst dunk contest it could have possibly been. I've seen some bad dunk contests.
The one with Desmond was the Desmond Mason?
Desmond Mason? Yeah, I think he... no, that wasn't bad. The one with John Wall, when John Wall won, when they did the teams, that shit was pathetic.
I forgot about that.
I think the one with Shannon Brown, and it was garbage too. Shannon was the favorite, and I think he was like that whole dunk contest was garbage too. I have to go back and see who was in it, but I've seen some bad dunk contests. But this definitely fell in the top 5 worst dunk contests I've ever seen. Easy.
Yeah,
What do you think, Bang?
I took a melatonin and went to sleep.
Yo, the melatonin thing. This is like a thing now, huh?
I mean, it's been a thing.
I've seen more people talk about it now.
We give it to our kids all the time.
Wow.
Yeah, take y'all ass to sleep.
That's crazy.
Take y'all ass to sleep, goddammit.
Yeah, but I always look forward to the dunk contest because obviously we get a couple rookies, the new guys getting, a couple 2-year players. Those are normally the guys that enter the dunk contest. And, I love to see new faces. I love to see, how high these guys can jump and, everything like that. But this year it was just underwhelming. And I know a lot of questions are circulating, like what can be done as far as the dunk contest. Should we take away the dunk contest? Should we put the dunk contest first? Should we incorporate, street ball players and, things of this nature? Excuse me. I don't think any of those are the answers. I don't think we need to put the dunk contest first. I don't think we need to remove the dunk contest because we removed the dunk contest already before and we brought it back. And we brought it back, it became a thing again. So right. I think the superstars need to step up. Like, I don't understand. I don't know if the NBA needs to offer them more money, but niggas like Ja Morant, niggas like Anthony Edwards, who says, "Oh, I'm just the in-game dunker. I don't have tricks." Niggas like Gary Payton II. These guys that can really fly, that can really get up, and they're little men. These are the dudes that need to get into the dunk contest.
Mike,
I don't understand. I don't understand why these niggas is being so selfish.
Mike, I applaud Anthony Edwards for saying what he's saying.
I applaud Anthony Edwards, but I don't. But at the end of the day, Steve Francis was in the dunk contest with Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady,
and it was Huff.
He was not Huff.
It was Huff compared to Vince. We looked at that shit because of Vince.
It was, but Steve Francis was fire though in that dunk contest though.
Mike, let's be honest with ourselves. I'm gonna tell you to catch 22.
Steve Francis was the littlest nigga in that dunk contest, Mike, and he was jumping out the gym.
Mike, I'm gonna give you the catch 22.
Yeah.
Right. We say we want stars for the dunking contest and all that shit, right?
It ain't even stars. It ain't gotta be stars.
Wait. I mean,
yeah, those are
young
stars.
rookies.
Young rookies.
So I'm glad that you said that.
But
was Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon were stars?
They weren't stars when they were in the dunk contest.
They wasn't even the rookies we thought of.
No.
That's the best dunking contest of all time outside of Mike and Dominique.
Okay.
They wasn't stars. We just need a motherfucker who know how to dunk and know how to do shit right.
That's true.
And don't get nervous under the lights. See,
you said it. That's two.
That's literally it.
That's my second part of it.
That's literally it. Cause hold on. Let me pull this up, fam.
I'm gonna go ahead and piggyback off that right there. These niggas that's entering the dunk contest, like, and I know somebody said that they interviewed Cole Anthony and he mentioned that it's hard to get out there and try to be creative and try and get new dunks off. It is hard,
especially when you see these motherfuckers.
But you don't have to go out there and create a new dunk. You can go out there. You can emulate the classic dunks from these other basketball players, bro, and throw your own twist on it. But it shouldn't have to take you 3 to 4 times to do it. And
that's my point.
These niggas need to dunk with authority. They not dunking with authority, bro.
Mike, that's my point. You just hit the point, nail on the head. Because if they would have hit the dunks, we wouldn't even be having this conversation.
That's true.
That's the issue here.
It's poor execution from the guys that's in the dunk contest.
It's literally that's literally it. Poor execution, and now we shitting on y'all.
Like, this shit is not that hard, man. Like, you really don't have to go out. They overthinking it. They overthinking it, thinking that they need to go out there and create a new dunk, bro. Zach LaVine, Jason Richardson, Aaron Gordon. These guys went out there when they dunked. They didn't go out there and create new dunks. Like, I mean, we didn't really see
who didn't create.
Zach dunks. Had a few new dunks, but what I'm saying, Jason Richardson didn't.
Aaron Gordon did too. He put a twist on.
He put a twist on everything that he did. Anything that he's done.
So Mike, let me tell you. Let's go with these dunking contests.
Well, hold on. Let me say that Jason Richardson.
And you tell me if they're stars.
He emulated Dominique Wilkins, and he just put his spice on it.
It was a twist. So I'm gonna give you the names of these, and I'm talking about at the time.
Yeah,
was these people stars? I'm going to start with 91.
I don't think anybody that's won the dunk contest was a star.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Wait, because we need stars.
We don't need stars, but Ja Morant has emerged
was
to be one of the great.
But wait a minute.
One of the stars.
That's what I said. We got
his second year.
You got it. Is Uchiwali and one Mike here? Was D Brown the star when he won the dunk contest?
Was D Brown a star? What year was this? 90 what?
91.
Yeah. Blindfold. Or like they covered his eyes. He covered his eyes.
D Brown was not a star.
He wasn't a star. Okay, yeah, but he made the pump.
It created the dunk contest. Created a name for him. Was Cedric Sabalas with the? He was not a star.
No.
The blindfold dunk. Harold Miner wasn't a star. He got the name Baby Jordan shit, but he wasn't a star.
No.
Isaiah Ryder wasn't a star yet, but the dunking contest made him that. Harold Miner, the dunking contest made him a star, but he was huff on the court. Brett Barry wasn't a star yet. But he wasn't ever a star.
He was never a star.
He won the dunking contest, though, with a dunk that everybody else did. Kobe Bryant, the next year, was a star. The next, 3 years later. Desmond Mason wasn't a star. Jason Richardson wasn't a star when he won it. But then he won it again the next year, and that built his star up. Fred Jones wasn't a star. No. Josh Smith wasn't a star. Nate Robinson wasn't a star. He was a crowd favorite, but he wasn't a star when he won it. Gerald Green wasn't a star when he won it. Dwight Howard was a star. By 2009, Nate Robinson was more than a crowd favorite. He was a star winning it the next 2 years. Blake Griffin, a star when he won it. Yeah. Jeremy Evans, I don't even think motherfuckers even know who he is. Terrence Ross, don't nobody know who the fuck he is. And yeah, John Wall did win the dunking contest. Totally forgot about that shit. Zach LaVine wasn't a star, even winning it back to back.
No, he still was.
No. He was just.
We didn't know what Zach LaVine was.
We didn't know what he was gonna be yet. Glenn Robinson III wasn't a star. His daddy more of a star than him.
Did you name Dwight Howard? Dwight Howard won the dunk
contest. Yeah, I said he was a star. Yeah,
he was a star. Okay.
Donovan Mitchell, I forgot Donovan Mitchell won the dunking contest.
Donovan Mitchell won the dunk contest. I don't remember that.
Hamidou Diallo is not a star now or never will be. I forgot Anthony Simons won last year.
Yeah, he won last year, and he's to be determined.
He was
a. He was a.
And then Obi Toppin, yeah. And then you got Obi Toppin. What I basically just showed you is literally the only niggas on here that was stars that was in the dunk contest and didn't become stars after they won it. Kobe Bryant, Vince Carter, John Wall, Blake Griffin, Nate Robinson, and Donovan Mitchell.
Okay.
Everybody else, totally forgot about my man Derrick Jones Jr. Everybody else, the dunking contest made them into a star. So the stars don't necessarily have to be the people that's dunking. LeBron James ain't got to be in there. Carmelo Anthony ain't got to be in there. Fucking whoever else Anthony Edwards says, I'm an in-game dunker. I can't do all of that shit. Bullshit. He ain't got to be in it. And Ja Morant too. I ain't got to be in it. Now, if you made a nigga hoop and then they got dunked on, I guarantee you they be like, oh, that's some shit. What they need to do, Mike, is they need to get these dunkers from all across the world that be doing this shit and put money up on it.
So you like that idea?
I love that idea. Somebody else said it?
Stephen A. I think Stephen A. said that.
Oh, well, I fuck with Stephen A.
I think he brought something up like that, like get these guys like from the street balls, you know what I'm saying, leagues and get like the NBA players to like sponsor them.
Yep. Do that shit. Cause see now when we think dunking contest and people get in a dunking contest, that's the dunks we expect.
Yeah.
They not doing that shit. Shaq told he told Cole Anthony, do a 720 you won. I'll be scared for an NBA nigga to do a 720. Because I'm thinking they gonna test some shit up.
I'm always nervous. I'm always nervous about, you know what I'm saying, these guys in the dunk contest.
You get one of the street ball niggas doing, put some money up and actually see some cold ass quality dunks. Cause I know Cole Anthony thought he was doing it when he was about to dunk in the Timbs. But cut it out. Get the fuck up out of here. That shit was, ooh.
He can't even fucking jump with gym shoes on. These niggas can't even jump, bro. Like, these niggas cannot jump. But the reason why niggas pushing for Ja Morant, and it's not because Ja Morant's a star. It's not because Anthony Edwards is a star.
It is because they're stars.
No, but what I'm saying is that
Mike,
that's a bonus. That's a bonus
Mike,
that he's a star.
They wouldn't be saying that shit if they wasn't stars.
It's a bonus that they're stars.
They weren't saying that shit when Derrick Jones Jr. was jumping at the motherfucking gym saying, oh, he got to be in the dunking contest. But and we gonna fuck with him. And he was doing the shit that they was doing.
But I feel like
he was the 12th man on the bench.
But I feel like niggas, Ja, Anthony Edwards, these niggas feeling like, man, Joe, I'm already past that shit. I don't need to do that shit. That's their mindset. And I don't like that mindset. Because other niggas didn't mind doing that shit before they wasn't stars. And they did it. But
I just showed you it was a handful of niggas. We talking about, that's why I hate when niggas say that shit about we need. I just named you niggas who won.
I just want niggas that can jump. Niggas can jump.
I know. Just say that. But a lot of times
it's a bonus that they're stars.
But a lot of times, them niggas that's gonna do that ain't gonna be the people that stars. And again, the dunking contest is made to create a star. But as soon as they ass get up on the court and be huff again, we gonna be saying the same shit. Man, we need stars in the dunking contest. Niggas keep saying we need stars in the dunking contest. And the best dunking contest,
because
let me finish.
Go ahead.
We keep saying we need stars in the dunking contest, but the best dunking contest outside of Neek and Jordan, who were stars, is Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon, who wasn't.
Did it. And they've already done it.
Who wasn't stars. Now, let's go back to the 80s. They was doing all that shit in the 80s because niggas just was trying to do some shit, be fun.
Yeah.
Doing that shit. They was having fun. That's back when, to me, the star power was used correctly for All-Star Weekend. Nigga, Michael Jordan was in the 3-point contest one year.
Yeah, and was huff.
But he was in it because that was the best 3-point year he had at the time. Mm-hmm. He was like, fuck it, I'll do it. That's what we want LeBron them to do. But we want to do it. We want them to do it for some shit. And honestly, them dunks they probably do gonna be huff as hell. But you know what? Since it's LeBron, it's like, oh man, yeah.
And on the top of that, LeBron did the dunk contest, like the high school dunk contest. So niggas obviously wanted to see that shit. They wanted to.
That was in high school.
I get it, but I'm just saying why people pitch for that. I know.
You know who else was in the dunking contest in high school?
Shannon Brown
and Richard Hamilton, Richard Jefferson.
Yeah,
Paul Pierce.
Yeah, I get you. I'm with you on all of that shit.
Like,
it's just a bonus. It's a bonus that Ja Morant and guys like Anthony Edwards are already stars, and we see what kind of dunks that they do in game. That's why people pitch for them.
Right. So Mike, to do it. So Mike, when a nigga tell you that I'm an in-game dunker, believe him. Because what's gonna happen is we gonna hold Ja Morant's nuts. Get in the dunking contest. Get in the dunking contest. Then he get in the dunking contest, and then the shit be huff. And then what we do? We turn on them. I'll get that weak ass shit out of here.
That's what they afraid of. Shit.
I don't blame them.
The pressure already on them because we want them to be in it.
Gee, I don't blame. I don't blame them not one bit because I just told you I'm an in-game dunker. I'm not going through my legs. I'm not going behind my back. I'm not doing a windmill. Nigga, I'm yamming folks. Yum. That's what I'm doing. I'm not doing all this acrobatic ass shit.
The NBA need to have tryouts for this dunk contest shit from going
honestly,
forward.
send me a. Hey, I don't blame you.
Niggas
send
need to try out, bro. Y'all niggas, these niggas like, it's like.
I don't blame you. Send me a tape. I'm with you. I agree with you on that. Send me a tape. I'm not picking you just because you dunked on 5 people the last 2 weeks
game,
before
like,
we pick in game. No, you want to be in the dunking contest? Send me a tape of you dunking in practice.
They gotta show me some tryout footage.
Practice.
I need to see
so
footage.
Then, because I'm gonna tell you where the NBA mess up at, and you kind of just hit the nail on the head. The NBA mess up because we see these cats dunk during games. We see a nice little alley-oop, a backwards alley-oop, motherfucker, those shit, do boom, and shit.
Or they hit a fast break, and you know what I'm saying, and they do a little, and
they do the windmill. You know what I'm saying? And then what happens is the NBA see, oh man, he one of the young rising stars of the NBA. All right, cool. Let's do it. Let's pick that person. Now you get in front of the lights. The NBA lights. All of the NBA stars, nigga. First of all, if I'm a rookie or a second-year player in the NBA, and all of the stars are looking at me perform, I'm nervous. If I know I ain't got no shit in the arsenal, no real shit.
Yeah.
Nigga, if I'm Jalen Green missing that shit, not because he ain't practiced, because I know he probably practiced. No, nigga, look over there. LeBron, Chris Paul, Carmelo Anthony, Dominique Wilkins.
This is where stars are born.
Oh, shit.
Shit, get off the pot, bro. Shit, get off the pot, fam. You
Nigga, Anthony Anderson right there.
Man, these niggas know that they know these celebrities gonna be in the crowd, nigga.
You know it, but then have you seen the Brady Bunch when Cindy was talking all that shit for the quiz show?
Yeah.
And then the red light came on, them motherfucking answers.
Man, this is where
that's what it
born.
be.
This is your moment.
Right. That's right. You're right. This is where stars are born. But this ain't that no more. This ain't that.
That's a shame.
This ain't that. It's not a shame. And I'm gonna tell you the other part of it's only so many dunks you could do without hurting yourself if you're an NBA player. Let these crazy ass white folks and Hispanic folks in Brazil,
let the street Mars come in and let them do it.
Do the Olympics version of the dunking contest, fam. You know it'd be some Japanese kids over there doing some wild ass dunks for the TikTok.
But it's NBA All-Star Weekend.
Yeah,
we incorporating strangers.
We bringing all that shit. We bringing all that shit in, fam. We bringing in Mike Butler. He got 1 million followers on his on his YouTube page. He got 2 million people on TikTok. He got 3 million people on Instagram, and all he do is do trick dunks all day. He getting sponsored by LeBron James. LeBron James we putting $1 million up. And if he wins, the money getting donated to the United Negro College Fund. And he do some wild ass dunk, and we like, wow. LeBron like, I told y'all. And then we got some dude from fucking Africa who do some wild ass dunks, and he's sponsored by Joel Embiid.
Yeah,
that's it.
I ain't opposed to it, but I would just rather see some of these guys in the NBA, man, these young niggas, just step up, man. Go if y'all niggas,
Mike. If the people telling you that they are just in game,
no. I'm not talking about John or Anthony Edwards. I'm just talking about anybody.
Period.
I'm just talking about whoever enters.
Period. Mike, you think these cats up in there practicing doing putting balls between their legs and behind their back for a dunking contest? No, a lot of these niggas is trying to stay up in the league, fam. Winning a dunking contest ain't gonna keep you in the league. It's just gonna make sure you're gonna be huff after you get out the dunking contest. And then next year you're gonna have to defend that shit, and you're gonna have on a white jersey with a number.
So how come these niggas can't have the same? How come these niggas can't have the same mindset as Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon and Jason Richardson had when they was in the dunk contest?
Because they was actually good dunkers.
So the good dunkers need to enter, and you niggas that
Mike, it ain't no Mike. Ain't
no dunkers in the NBA no more.
Ain't nobody trying to do Mike. You see these? They ain't trying to do shit like that no more.
If you the way you saying it, then get rid of the dunk contest. Then
hey, I'm cool with that too.
If If the way you're saying it,
Mike, it's only so many times I can see a motherfucker throw the ball between his legs or behind his back and dunk it.
Not me. Especially if you put a little twist on it. If you put a twist on it,
how many twists can you put?
You can figure out something.
Mike, let me ask you a question, Mike. Was there any dunk that you saw that was missed that you would have been like, oh, this shit would have been cold?
Let me tell you something. If a little nigga did that dunk that Obi Toppin did where he put his hand off the backboard and into the rim, if a little nigga did that shit, it would have looked way much better.
A little nigga did do that shit. He just on YouTube. That's the point.
Oh man, they, from your mindset, from the way you're speaking on it, from your perspective, they squashed the dunk contest.
Man, they could have squashed the dunking contest years ago, in my opinion. It's only so many times after Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon, they should have stopped there. It's only so many times you could do that shit. I'm gonna be like, yo, that's cool.
I'm giving you a 10 if you go up there, you do the same shit Zach LaVine did.
Mike, it's like a girl. I'm
cool with it.
Mike, it's like a girl coming up here with some dope ass lingerie. She gonna wear that red motherfucking number once, walk up in the crib, dick get hard, y'all fuck. She wear that shit again, dick get hard, y'all fuck. Third time is like, shit, you ain't got another one? All right, fuck it. The fourth time, hey, you ain't even gotta wear that shit tonight. Just take it off. That's the dunking contest. Look, Mike, look at the dunks Dominique Wilkins won with.
Yeah.
For the 80s, those shits was dope. For the 90s, them shit wasn't dope. And it was the most basic dunks. This nigga just come up in there and just da-da-da.
But Jason Richardson, he revived the Dominique Wilkins dunks. He literally, not every dunk, but mostly every dunk that Jason Richardson did when he won was emulating Dominique. Just with more style, with a little more spunk, with a little more fierce force on the rim, and it was great. It was great.
Mike, whatever. Just fuck the dunking contest.
Fuck it, bro. Hey, fuck, I'm with you on that too.
If you're not gonna bring in people, if the prerequisite is NBA players only, then end that shit. I say what Stephen A said, and I didn't even know he said it. Go look at some of the best dunkers all across the world and let them do all them flip fantastic ass incredible dunks.
Yeah.
And wow us. Because at the end of the day, it ain't even about who do what. It's about who dunks the best.
Let's just hope some of these young niggas that's coming out of college, keep their first year in the NBA, want to make a name for themselves, and they really serious about making a name for themselves.
Y'all want motherfuckers to be basketball players and acrobats. That shit don't mix. You can't be a basketball player and an acrobat no more.
You can. Zach LaVine did a fucking 360 on a bum knee in the All-Star game. In the game.
And the only reason why y'all loved it because y'all saw what was Huff in the dunking contest before.
I loved it because it's Zach.
It was a basic
and it was a basic, but I'm happy that he was able to do it. And it just shows that he still got bounce. I mean, I don't care. I'm not pitching for Zach LaVine to be.
Okay. You just saying you just happy he dunked.
I'm just happy he did the shit because he can still do it, and him being on a bad knee right now, him off a torn ACL, and off the fact that I'm happy that he's still able to do it.
Okay,
that's what I'm happy for. Niggas want Zach LaVine to be in the dunk contest right now, which makes no sense because he's a 2-time winner and he tore his ACL. No, that nigga ain't never doing a dunk contest again.
He good. All right, man. Before we get out of here. A couple of things. The NBA 75, they released their joint. Shouts out to Kevin Garnett for never not gangbanging in these situations.
For never not forgetting where he came from.
He never not nah.
He gonna let y'all niggas know, fam.
Nah, he came from South Carolina, fam. Yeah, that's where he's from.
Well, that's where he's from, but he's not
gonna never let you forget he's in the gang.
Facts.
All right. That's it. He's never not gonna look. I know that I know there's GDs that was there too.
Wherever KG go, he gangbang.
I don't see nobody throwing up the fork every time they get saluted by the NBA. But I mean, But salute to Kevin Garnett for always letting it be known that he's a vice lord.
Facts.
But also shouts out to the way he looked when Ray Allen went past him and gave LeBron James dap and didn't give him dap. And it does raise an interesting point where they took the picture backstage, but then they do this shit. And I think truly that Kevin Garnett thought he was going to get a fist pound or something for Ray Allen, and Ray Allen just walked past his ass.
Now, let me ask you this, though. What Kevin Garnett actually gave, with Ray Allen walked up to KG,
I think so.
At that moment, when he had dapped him up.
I think at that moment he would. It's too many TVs and too many people in front of him. Imagine you do that shit and Bill Russell see you and you ain't do that shit.
Bill Russell asked for like that. Ray know that KG got them ill feelings towards him, and he probably didn't want to risk it.
I feel you, but this is the night where you take that chance. But hey, it was some good ass content. Michael Jordan was the last person announced on the joint, big ass pop. But Scottie Pippen didn't make it.
We know why. Yo, Scotty, bro. Let me say something real quick. Is my mic on?
Yeah.
Is my mic on? Scotty, stop being a pussy, bro. Stop being a hoe, fam. You said what you said. I guarantee you Mike don't even give a fuck, bro. I guarantee you.
Yeah. Mike, you know what? Mike probably would have shook up with him.
Mike gonna shake your head. He gonna
Mike would have shook his head like.
We needed that Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman photo op. We needed that. And you ruined it.
And Mike would have did it on some petty shit.
We needed that photo op, bro, because we didn't get it because you and your feelings about a documentary that shined light on you.
Mike would have did that shit. Like Mike would have did that shit on that night. I think Mike would have did that shit on the pettiest of petty reasons. Like, see all that shit you talked about in the book. And look what I'm doing right now. I don't give a fuck about that shit. I know I'm Michael Jordan. It's clear you don't know you Scottie Pippen. So I'm going to show you Scottie Pippen today.
Gave him all the love.
Dude, right. I sunned his ass by giving him love.
Mike just came from the Daytona 500. He drunk, bro.
Again. Thank you. Oh, my.
Mike is drunk.
Man, I just came from the Daytona 500 seeing my racer run a dope ass race and he didn't get it. Got on the private plane to pop my ass up here to show up for these vets because I really don't want to be here, but to show up for these vets because the NBA is spotlighting them. But I'm gonna see a couple of homies. Hey, and literally the shit would have just simply been, hey Scotty, let's go ahead and take this picture for the Chicago Bulls Twitter and the NBA shit because you know they want to see it.
Come on,
I bet. All right, cool, bet. Yo, Magic! Like, that's literally would have been it. And Scotty probably would have been like, yeah, so Mike, and Scott, Magic! Like, man, all them photos, Mike was laughing in the shit.
Mike ain't sweating that shit you was on, Scotty, bro.
Scotty ass would have been in the back like, man, see, Michael Jordan don't want to talk to me. Michael just sometimes doing that shit, like, is more pettier and more hilarious than giving somebody the cold shoulder. Yeah. But Scotty ass decided not to show up to the 75. He decided to stay home and drink digits.
He ruined a good moment, man. He ruined it, bro. All over a documentary, fam.
Like Dennis Rodman came up in that bitch with the blazer and a sweatsuit and a hoodie.
Facts, fam.
Dennis Rodman don't give a shit.
Yeah, man.
Scotty ass was like, nah, just gonna stay back.
But overall, though, it was good to see, man. It was good to see all those guys out there getting their flowers and getting recognized as the top 75 players. And, obviously this has sparked the conversation again of basketball players of who should be in the top 75 and who shouldn't be in.
And I'm so fucking mad at ESPN, but I know why they did it. I work in digital media, so I understand.
Why they did what?
They took the rank. They took the 76 players in the NBA 75 and they ranked them.
Right. Oh, they ranked them all 1 through 75?
1 through 76.
1 through 76.
Because it's 76. It was a tie then for two players. So they did 1 through 76.
Okay.
And that, look, I know why they did it because they're going to get some clicks on their motherfucking website. It's going to be lit. It's going to stir the pot and have some conversation. But let me say this, especially if Ross is still up in here because he kicked it off again. The ranking shit, if you want to have a debate about that, have a debate about that. ESPN sent y'all off. But if we arguing about who's in the 75, and our argument is some of these old players need to be taken out, fam, you really gonna go up to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and tell him that Bob Pettit don't belong on this list? And Bob Pettit is top 10 in NBA in scoring average. 4 MVPs, 11 seasons. And some of these other players too. You gonna tell Lenny Wilkins? You know Shaq didn't even know Lenny Wilkins was an NBA player? That shit hilarious hearing that story. Like,
I stay out of that because obviously some of those players are before our era, before when I first started watching basketball. So who am I to say that?
Thank you. Who are
some
we?
Of these players, who am I to say that some of these players don't belong
right, and
in the top 75 and I've never seen them play?
And we see the tape as such a terrible ass argument.
Yeah.
Because there's literally some little kid that could look at Patrick Ewing and say, Patrick Ewing Huff, he shouldn't be on here. Why is Hakeem Olajuwon here? He ain't do shit but that little shake. Like, bro, the tape does lie.
Yeah.
The tape can lie.
So I kind of stay out of that. I stay out of that.
But even that, but that's why I say it's the dumbest and laziest argument debate that you can have. Because how I'ma tell Charles Barkley that this person wasn't cold? How can I look at Dr. J and be like, that person ain't cold, or that person wasn't nice? How I'ma look at Jerry West and be like, that person wasn't nice? He gonna look at you crazy and say, you don't know shit about basketball. You just watch basketball. You don't play basketball. And what I mean by playing basketball, you ain't never played basketball on a high level in the NBA. And you don't know what those players did, went through, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
So who am I? Look, it's shit. I don't think Joe Dumars should be in the fucking Hall of Fame. I think he was a dope-ass player. I don't think he was an NBA Hall of Famer. Michael Jordan will look at my ass crazy, be like, man, fuck you talking about? Joe Dumars ain't supposed to be in the Hall of Fame. Every time I played the Pistons, he guarded me. I know how great of a player he is. Yeah. So when it comes to those arguments, man, just let the people salute the people and carry the fuck on. Mm-hmm. Now, when they rank them motherfuckers, then we could, if you want to argue, go ahead and argue that shit. But a lot of these old, like, I mean, and it ain't even just about the white players too, because a lot of this shit be really around the older white players and not anybody else. Hal Grip black, Lenny Wilkins black. You gonna tell them players who played against them that them two players ain't top 75? What about Dave Bing, a basketball player that we don't hear about a lot, played in Detroit his whole career, was also the mayor of Detroit.
Yeah.
He's in the NBA top 75. You gonna tell Dr. J that Dave Bing don't belong in the top 75? He one of the greatest players of all time? Hell no, you ain't. Without them looking at your ass or probably giving you a Juwan Howard muff. Get your ass out of here, fam. I think that's a lazy thing to debate. I think just honor those players and all of that shit. And to keep it a buck, if you want to remove somebody out, two people that I will say that I wouldn't mind seeing them out the 75 is Anthony Davis and Damian Lillard. I don't think Damian Lillard has done enough. And I think AD is starting to become one of the most overrated players of this era. I would have put Dwight Howard in before AD.
No argument there.
But that's the players that I've seen on a fucking daily basis.
The only, and to just piggyback off that a little bit, like the only debate I would have as far as like you say who shouldn't be in there and who I feel should be in is a couple players that I grew up watching play, and that's Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, Grant Hill. You can make an argument for those three players.
Well, I think Grant Hill even tell you, and he basically said it during the telecast.
Yeah.
If I didn't get hurt, yeah, but he got hurt.
Yeah.
So Tracy McGrady should have had Damian Lillard place. And Dwight Howard should have had
And I would make an argument for Vince Carter as well. But
that's the caveat here.
Yeah.
If you gonna do that, do your era, leave them other niggas alone. Let the
I'm definitely not gonna say, hey, Vince Carter should be in there over
Lenny Wilkens,
Pistol Pete Maravich.
Yeah, Pistol Pete, like
I'm not definitely, and I didn't even watch Pistol Pete, and I know Pistol Pete was cold.
Right, because you know what's gonna happen? Some old nigga gonna be like, look, I'm 75. I watched this era, that era, and that era. I've watched more basketball than you.
Yeah.
Pistol Pete is one of the greatest players of all time, and then he started giving you a whole bunch of shit. Don't be what you gonna become when you turn 75.
Yeah.
Because when you turn 75, I guarantee some young dude, your great grandson's friend or your great grandson's friend is gonna look at some Michael Jordan tape and be like, yo, dude's terrible. Y'all say he was the greatest player of all time, and you gonna be like, what? Are you talking about Michael Jeffrey Jordan back in my day? He was the greatest player of all time. Well, he ain't the greatest player of all time no more. Who is it? Some dude named somebody else, because they gonna remove LeBron James out of that conversation too. About time 2068 come.
Mm-hmm.
Chill. Don't be the old dude on the line, man. That's all I ask. And then speaking of LeBron James, to end the show off real quick, does LeBron James play with the Lakers next season?
That's a good question. I think it's still to be determined. I think he does, though. I think he does. I know, obviously, the All-Star game being in Cleveland, and him, obviously making his 18th straight All-Star game, and 18 years ago he was drafted by the Cleveland Cavaliers, and blah blah blah, this and that. Cleveland Cavaliers have emerged as one of the elite teams in the East. That sparks the conversation of LeBron James and where he might play later on down his career. Obviously, he's on the back end of his career, and he's struggling with the Lakers. He's not struggling as a player, but his team overall is struggling. And everybody knows that, in situations like these, when LeBron ain't happy, he moves on, blah, 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 so. Could he make a move back to Cleveland? No. Could, wait for Bronny to hit the NBA, play with his son? All of these conversations have emerged. But I think that LeBron James is a Laker next season. Now, after that, though, I think he plays one more year with the Lakers, but after that, I think he's gone. I think he either retires or, makes his way back to Cleveland or to wherever, Bronny James is going to be at if Bronny James makes it to the NBA.
I think LeBron James, I think the percentage of LeBron James not playing with the Lakers next year is high. I think the Lakers are in a different situation than most because no player is bigger than the organization. I think that's what the Lakers feel in their heart, and I think that's what the Lakers feel about LeBron James, that you ain't bigger than the organization.
Mm-hmm.
And I think LeBron James is simply, trying to do a power play to get what he wants, to get what he needs.
Yeah.
And I think that if it was any organization, and I want y'all to hear this part. I want y'all to hear this part because this is the important part. If it was any organization that will work with a player to make sure that they go to the situation that they want to in the NBA, it is the Los Angeles Lakers. If it was anybody else, I would say differently. But I think the Lakers are an organization that would say, hey, look, man, this shit ain't really working no more. And we need to put ourselves back in a better situation. And you don't really want to be here. So let's figure it out.
Okay.
It wouldn't surprise me if LeBron James was on a different team next year because of that reason alone. Okay. Because the Lakers will work with him because you brought us a title and we respect you as such.
Okay.
So I'm not going to say he's going to play with this team or that team, but I don't think the Lakers is down for firing Rob Pelinka because LeBron James don't like him. Simply put, this is the same organization that always bring back Kurt Rambis for some reason. Fuck out of here. They gonna do their own shit. All right, man. Well, look, yeah, we basically hit on everything. So shit, we recorded this on 2/2/22. Apparently, this is a great time to manifest some things about your life, your career, and all that shit. So make sure you're doing some manifesting and doing all that and getting your shit in order. Because we're not gonna see 2/2/22 ever again, apparently. So
yeah,
that's all I got on that shit. End us off, Mike.
Hey man, you said it. You hit that right on the head, man. Like you said, Some Dude Pod. Make sure y'all rate. Make sure
Where the
y'all
fuck
like.
do you see this shit at? Where do you go click?
What are you talking about, Bang?
Where you go click to see this goddamn shit?
Wait, to see Yeezus? To see Donda?
It's 7:30 now.
Man, you know shit don't start on time, bro. Did Ye post a link?
They got the.
Are you on STEM Player right now?
Yeah. Well, the dude playing with the STEM player.
Okay.
But they ain't got the shit. What's bullshit? What the fucking stream? I don't know.
Anyway, man, Some
Should
Dude
put
Pod.
that bitch on Amazon.
Make sure y'all rate, like, subscribe. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't do that.
These damn niggas on.
Make sure you rate, like, subscribe. Make sure you follow us on Facebook at Some Dude. Make sure if you are on Facebook, make sure you join the conversation in the group hashtag Some Dude Pod. If you are in the group, make sure you invite others into the group to get involved in the conversation as well. You know, trying to uplift our community and build our community. Make sure you follow us on IG at Some Dude Pod, at JR Bang, at Mike B_CHR. Also the same on Twitter, and follow our Some Dude Pod page on Twitter at Some Dude Pod. Make sure you cop some merch. And yeah, all of that, yo. I think that's it, Bang. I think we good. Hit that shit right on the head, dog. 2/2/2/2/2. Make sure you manifest. And yeah, Donda.